Hey, everybody. I want to talk to you today about the immune system. One of the big things that's come up a lot over the last 8 weeks is the strength of the immune system. Can we trust it? Should we trust it over what you're hearing on TV from infectious disease experts? Why is there so much competing data? Why do you see one set of facts get refuted by another set of facts? It'll all make your head spin. So hopefully this little video will give you some further peace of mind, which has always been my goal, by the way. When I meet every single one of you, the first day, we give you a crash course in anatomy, physiology, and neurology 101 applied. We eventually tie in the role that psychology plays as well. It's all one big functioning unit. It's all tied together. None of those things are mutually exclusive. So your understanding of those things sort of helps make you someone who is better able to understand health and how to achieve it. And it also, selfishly, it makes you easier to work with, because people who have that understanding about health, it's a lot easier to help them make strides forward. The immune system, I suppose, is not something we've talked about enough, so let's rectify that. My hope is that this will give you even further peace of mind. So here's the deal. I've said before that if you were to really think about it, we encounter millions of viral threats every single day. To put that further into context, if you stacked each viral threat we face on a daily basis up side by side, it would actually stretch all the way across the galaxy, as in from all the way across the Earth and all the way to Pluto, presuming that's still considered a planet. Is it still considered a planet? So the immune system encounters an enormous number of viral threats every day. And bottom line is that exposure to viruses is inevitable, including the coronavirus, in my opinion. From everything I've read, the odds of us not being exposed to it are very slim. So when you're talking about a virus, what does it do when it enters your system? How does your body deal with it? The first thing it tries to do is it tries to replicate as fast as possible, because its survival depends on how quickly it's able to replicate. But here's the good news there. I don't want you to be afraid of the fact that you would encounter something like COVID-19. I want you to be confident that your immune system can handle it. Your immune system is innately built with a list of things that it knows is supposed to be in the body, and anything that doesn't make that list, which includes all those viruses, anything that doesn't make that list immediately gets identified. Your immune system is kind of like a super navy. It's got stations, battleships, if you will, laid out all throughout the body, all over the body. And so if something like COVID-19 gets into the system, it's immediately recognized as something that shouldn't be there, and it is quarantined in its zone, so to speak, in its quadrant in the body, until the admiral in the brain is alerted to the severity of that threat. At that point, the admiral then sends signals to the other immune system components in the body and pretty much squashes that viral threat like a bug. Boom. So, you hear about the aggression that COVID-19 brings to the table. Nothing compared to the human immune system. The human immune system's ability to adapt and react is practically unfathomable to the human mind, because we have nothing to compare it to. There's nothing in our day-to-day lives that could possibly compare to the immune system's adapt and react and destroy mentality and everything that it deals with and eradicates on a day-to-day basis. We just don't. Nothing even close. Nothing even remotely close. Nothing. I mean, you could take the most successful business on earth and the CEO of that Fortune 500 company's list of tasks it has to complete is just a teeny tiny speck. Gosh, I mean, it's hard to even compare it to anything, because there's just nothing to compare it to. So the immune system is something you can have faith in because it deserves it. You look at what you see on TV most often from epidemiologists, from infectious disease experts. Something to understand about them is that it's their job to essentially assume that the immune system's not stronger than what they're studying. Now, statistically, that's obviously not even close to the case. You look at where we're at with COVID-19 and reasonable projections from what we've seen the first couple of months, reasonable projections compared to what's been going on throughout the rest of the world, reasonable projections based on how quickly something like the seasonal flu spreads. We're probably looking at around 8% of the U.S. population will ultimately be diagnosed with COVID-19. And not all of that may end up being legitimate, because there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes in that world that I would readily challenge in a different forum. Suffice to say that 8%, that's not a lot. 1% of that 8% are likely to then get critically ill or die. So we're talking about 8% of the U.S. population, and then 1% of that 8%. So a very, very, very small number of people are actually going to be significantly affected, even if they get the virus, just like any other virus. What's the difference? What's the difference between that 92% that don't get it and the 8% that don't? It's the strength of the immune system. So we can talk about what you can do to boost it. But even if you don't boost it, recognize that the vast majority of that 92%, they're not getting their head on straight. They're not ensuring their body's functioning normally. They're probably not eating well, since only 7% of the U.S. population actually professes to eat well. They're very likely that's just their immune system's baseline. The immune system's baseline strength right now in the United States is stronger than, probably just baseline stronger than it's ever been. And the reason for that, actually, I'm going to back up. I wouldn't necessarily go that far. But certainly we're not dealing with something like we did in 1918 during the Spanish flu pandemic. Because back then, we still didn't understand sanitation. We still used the bathroom in the same water that we drank from, that we washed ourselves with. All basically the same water supply back then. Sewage systems became a big harbinger for the success of depleting infectious disease from the early 1900s to the late 20th century. So there's a lot of confidence we should have in the baseline strength of the immune system, because it deserves it. You know, we're not a third world country. We have things that are set in place. We have a general knowledge base that allows us to practically challenge the germ theory's integrity in 2020. That said, what you see on TV, they are still coming at it from a very disease-oriented mindset. They are tuned in to a very specific frequency, if you will. I want you to imagine that you only knew of one frequency on the radio to listen to music. So there was only one type of music you ever heard. And you didn't know. Simply from lack of awareness. You were so dialed into the one frequency that you didn't even know that other frequencies that played other types of music existed. That's kind of where the infectious disease experts are coming from, folks. So they're doing their job. Their job is to freak out. But that doesn't mean that we have to, because if we have an understanding of the immune system, then there's not a lot of room for that fear. When you have an understanding that your body encounters viruses that stretch across the galaxy every single day, not as much room for fear. Fear, terror, and panic's a strategy. I don't like that strategy. Pragmatism. Understanding how the body works so that you can best take care of it. That's kind of my game. You know what I mean? I mean, that is my arena. So you could say I'm tapped into my own little frequency, but I'm coming at it from here's a big distinction. I'm not coming at it from theories on disease. I'm talking about laws of life. We're talking about the immune system that we know performs well and to an amazing level every single day. So there's definitely confidence to be found in understanding that system, because the infectious disease experts, they don't really give the immune system a lot of credit. It's not their job. But we can. And we should. So I hope this gives you a little bit of peace of mind. Be well.